There we go. It should be now. There we go. Yeah, I forgot I muted this thing last night. That's my fault, sorry. I muted my mic last night because I was playing some emulators. So I'll repeat myself. Welcome one and all to your Smackdown review. And we're gonna see how things go, get people's opinions, have some fun before we wrap up. We might even get through this in an hour and a half. We don't have to go overly long on this. Um, I come out of the shower and got into my room like Jacob. Jesus Christ. I've got a lot of things to ask and a lot of questions. But we'll decipher them. In the meantime, give me just 1 second because I need to quickly pick something up from from downstairs. I'll be 2 minutes. Okay, let us continue. So, I think we need to ask the obvious question. uh, yeah. We do need to ask a question. So here's the question. That's the wrong bloody symbol. Fuck off, you're like a Zelina Vega. Okay, there we go. You guys hear me okay? Good. Honestly, this fucking... I think it's the Wi-Fi dongle. I need to have a look. It's really annoying. But yes, at least you can all hear me. And please do like the like button. I can see that no one has yet. But yeah, so what do we think of SmackDown? Well, Abu nicely put it. I'll be honest, I fell asleep during the show and missed the TLC until I caught up on it today. I watched the first half of SmackDown, then went to sleep. Kinda glad I did, because if I was awake during that Chelsea Green title match, I would have got angry. Than I already was. Questions need to be asked on that one, put it that way. Not gonna lie, I find it absolutely stupid. Yeah, it was. We will come to that. Don't you worry. Oh, but she's over apparently. So? There's no one on that roster better than her. In terms of Chelsea Green. So, it's stupid to take the belt off her. Really, really stupid. Aleister Black and TLC for me was a highlight. Aleister Black wasn't even a highlight for me. Which might sound controversial. Because he's been given... well, look what he's been given. His first feud back in WWE, he's got to feud with The Miz. It really is bizarre. Nothing wrong with being called Malachi. Unless they're moving on the world title picture, she should not have lost to Zelina. Except, she's not going to. Is she? Aleister Black's first feud should have been with Cody. Aleister Black should have just taken Cody out. Wrote him off TV. But... nah. We're just gonna have you kick The Miz. The Miz is gonna botch it. and then hope for the best. But someone's going to come in probably and say, oh, it was underrated, it was a great segment. No, it sure as hell wasn't. So let's make some discussions. And I don't think they will move Chelsea Green to the world title picture. But then again, an opportunity for Money in the Bank is waiting. What do you reckon? I mean, Chelsea Green would be a better Money in the Bank winner than Tiffany Stratton. Oh wait, who said that last year? The Randy and Cena segment was lame. Oh dear God. Lame is an understatement. We're gonna go through this and I honestly found this segment so damn awkward to watch. Like, only one bit of this segment is good. And I'm not lying. Only one part of this segment was good. Yep. They gave it to Tiffany Stratton, but Chelsea Green just had to get the ladder through the table spot. Weak. Lame. Stupid. And Tiffany Stratton hasn't done anything. Funny that, eh? But if I speak on that, I'll end up having a fit or a rage-infested rant, so I'll try and keep it level-headed. Interesting question for you all. I think he's trying to say that because he's had no kids, he's got so much frustration that he cannot do anything else. I didn't understand this either. It's really... It made no sense. Oh, Cena's not mad enough to go and get kids. Or he's not interested enough. Like, that does not mean he's changed his whole gimmick because of this. Like, I don't understand it. Don't blame you, brother. What's up, Larkbark? How are you? I honestly don't get this whole segment. He's still getting cheered like a babyface too. Oh, who told you that was going to happen? Oh, but John Cena can do it as a heel. Nah, I told you it failed. I told you it would fail. It's horrible. It's done nothing for him. But it's okay though, he'll have kids. Heel Cena's so weird. He said all that stuff about Cody, but yet helped him win the title last year and told Theory in their feud that Cody is the future. Exactly, like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Generational heel. Someone explain what Cena has done lately as a heel that's generational. Not win the WrestleMania main event. I don't understand how Cena still has an appeal to the public. It's a disservice too that he beat Ric Flair's championship record. His unofficial record, 100% he's broken it. His actual record, nah. But WWE are just too afraid to acknowledge these records. It's always got to be about their records mean more. But nah. Cena turning heel is still a cool moment, but then again, so was Mustafa Ali being revealed as the leader of Retribution. Damn it, Stussy. Damn. Oh, here we go. Where's the truth behind it? Cena as a heel is pretty great. Based on what? Now, no one be in the chat. No one be cruel. Just ask the questions. But here's the obvious one. In what universe is Cena as a heel pretty great? He's done nothing good as a heel. Like, I'm not saying that as engagement, I'm being serious. Like, truth be told, Cena as a heel has done nothing. No one's benefited from his heel turn. No one has improved. No one has had any significant contribution. His heel turn is nothing, but people are saying this is bigger than Hulk Hogan's. I'm sorry, but no. Nothing will be like the Hulk Hogan heel turn or even the Stone Cold heel turn. Cena's heel turn is like someone else from 1999 that turned heel and it backfired spectacularly. The way he carries himself, the way he addresses the crowd. Nah. That would have been so much smarter, Stussy, but remember, Triple H is booking, so you're not getting anything. The way he carries himself and the way he addresses the crowd. He carries himself how? He hasn't done anything different except change his entrance to black, which I actually praised. He's done nothing. His main event was crap. His performance was mediocre. His promos have been awful. Like, here's the reality. Cena's no different to what he was before the Elimination Chamber. Like, he's no different. That is correct, Lark Bark. This is absolutely true. People hate Hogan, that's why they're saying Cena's heel turn is better. They know they're lying. Yeah, I hate Hogan, but I can comfortably say Hogan's heel turn was better than Cena's, and his entire heel run will always be better than anything Cena does as a heel. Cena's heel turn is literally Sting, but with not as good a character as Sting was. You can disagree, that's fine, but Cena's heel promos have been genuinely mediocre. Last night's promo was no different. This is actually something that WWE needs to learn. They've chose the wrong people. And they're not going to learn this lesson anytime soon. here's a true fact. If WWE were going to do a shock heel turn, they chose the wrong man. Goldberg's heel turn was incredibly awful. I agree. It only lasted 3 weeks. Hogan's heel turn, miles better than Cena, who is still shit. Even Miz is better at promos than Cena. You know what the difference is between Cena's promos and the Miz's promos? I don't think anyone will disagree with me on this. The Miz has more heart in his promos. Like, there's more heart. I think it's interesting Orton and Cena with the side swapping. I don't. This is going to be just a boring title match with two men that can't go anymore. This is literally Orton just getting a title match because he should have had it against Roman before he got injured when Brock returned and Matt Riddle got the title match. This is just this. This is SummerSlam 2020. SummerSlam 2022? I think it was. Was it SummerSlam 2022? Yeah. Randy Orton was with Matt Riddle. He was going to get the world title shot, but then he got injured. And then Brock Lesnar returned. You know what I mean? Like, these things actually have an impact, a serious impact. No, of course you can. I don't even like The Miz, but I've actually just gave The Miz a very honourable compliment. I actually think in his promos he has more heart. That's why he actually has improved himself in terms of being a mic worker. Which is annoying really, because he had one of the worst segments on the show, but his promo was still better than Cena's. It was still better than Orton's. I can sum it up in one word: cringe. It's going to be low blow, belt shot, 1, 2, 3. Simple. That's because Cena is generic. He can't do anything expansive. He's simple. Not that simple's a bad thing, but he can't do anything expanded. If he does, fair enough. I still don't think much of his turn though. Like, there's nothing that Cena can do that I will honestly say. Like, there is nothing that honestly that Cena can say that will make me want to believe in him as champion again. There's nothing. And he shouldn't even be champion. Abu, I'm genuinely I know you fell asleep. I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep. Like, that's how bad it was. I'm surprised I didn't fall asleep. Then eventually I did fall asleep. And he's making this gimmick thing now about his appearance. Every time he doesn't get announced correctly, he's now calling in the new announcer. Like, again, I find that numbing, but the fans are proving their stupidity again. Because they're cheering for him. I told you, they will not turn heel on this guy. He can turn heel on them, but they're still going to cheer him. Like, these fans are morons. And see when they get to St. Louis, Cena will get cheered, Orton will get booed. And if you think I'm joking, I wouldn't bet against me. Not being cocky, not being anything like that. I'm just telling you straight up, when it gets to Backlash, Cena will get cheered. Orton will get booed in his hometown. Might not be for the whole match, but he's going to. Will Cena only face his past rivals for the rest of the run? I honestly think he will. I genuinely think he will. The only one that won't be hometown is Money in the Bank, because I think he'll get CM Punk instead of The Miz. He says he doesn't. He's not going to wrestle for his entire run. So what are you doing in 3 weeks, fella? You've already ruined it. He's feeding into the babyface stuff though, guy. And so is the actual WWE creative. They're not doing anything to change it up. Is RVD available? That would be interesting. Yes, RVD is available. He'll probably complain about everything, but I'm sure he'll be high enough to do it. He'll smoke a few joints, and then he'll do the match. He'll stink the joint out. Bring Brock back and ask him to humiliate Cena at SummerSlam again. Brock Lesnar's one of three former rivals that he will not face. There are 3 matches that will not happen on this run. I'm confident of that. Actually, no, 4. Yep, Stussy, those are the ones I think that will happen. You won't see Cena versus Lesnar. You won't see Cena versus Edge. You won't see Cena versus Brock Lesnar. And you won't have Cena versus GBL. Have Del Rio come back and beat him in 5 minutes again. I know you said lol at the end of that, but even I don't find that funny. Because that would be awful. Like, that would genuinely add to the problem that is WWE if they did that. If Cena even has 1 match with Del Rio this entire run, I will be physically sick. He deserves to be fired. Speaking of which, there are rumours that he is going to be fired by WWE soon. When he does, I'm going to be celebrating. Hugely celebrate. Raw, of course, for the 3rd hour will be commercial free. Yeah, he's no longer the icon he once was. That's true. RVD, he can still wrestle a decent match, but he can't do it as well as perhaps he would like to think. Something like that. It's not going to happen. Speaking of losing the belt, Cena's promo does highlight one thing about him that shows his promo was actually really stupid. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? That's seen the promo. Is anyone thinking about what I'm talking about? There's a very specific line. You people, that was funny. In the worst way, but not that one. It's about world titles. If not, I can tell you. How's it lame? The guy abuses women. The guy defended Quattrero after what he did to Stephanie Vacour. Just like Conan, he's going to get fired as well. Conan's already been removed from his his creative role. So Alberto Del Rio is going to get what's coming to him. He should be blacklisted from professional wrestling. I honestly don't care. I physically can't laugh at this comment, so Stussy, this is just for you.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Oh my sweet Jesus. I need a moment. Stussy's actually... Hold on. Jesus, Stussy, that Jesus, fella. I'm not saying keep him, just have him lose the belts first, or else this run he had will be for nothing. His run is for nothing. It will always be for nothing. Anyway, Orton kept talking about Cena having kids, what they'd look like. It was really cheesy and cringe. Didn't offer anything. He then tries to... Well, they brawl. Cena goes for the belt shot, fails, hits with an RKO. But he says he'll accept his title match for Backlash. Cool. Okay. Cool. First match of the night. Let's get people's thoughts on this one. The first match of the night is Angel and Berto versus Fraxium, or as I call them, Splitium, because they're going to. Why did he even bring up people's kids? This isn't the edgelord bullshit of the 90s. Honestly, no idea. No idea. You can't erase history as well, so Cena's promo about a new record will have to start doesn't make sense. Because if you have to start new records, then you need to make sure that Ric Flair's a 25-time champion, which he is. Ric Flair's a 25-time world champion, but WWE don't like unofficial records. Make it official. Just because Cena can't automatically start new records. It's not possible. The only records that are new currently is Lyra Valkyria, Chelsea Green, and now Zelina Vega for the titles they hold. You cannot make new World Championship records in WWE. It's not possible. Like, it's not physically possible. Oh, it is. It is sloppy. Because if you're going to restart the records and create new ones, does that mean Triple H goes back to a 0-time world champion? No. Because he won world championships. You can't make new records. This promo is dumb shit. There's nothing that you can do to make it new. Not unless you make the whole world forget every record by wiping their memories. It's just not possible to just create new ones. It's not possible. Like, just make that make sense. But yes, so what do people think about Fraxium versus Berto and Angel? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this match. For the record, obviously, Fraxium did win with the Spanish fly in the 450 splash, Phoenix Splash combination, which seems to work for them. If that's what he's inferring, then perhaps, but he also had a championship that was illegitimate. I mean, that's what happened to the world title originally in 2012-13 when Big Show was holding it. Big Show, Sheamus, all them guys, they weren't main eventing shows. They weren't in the upper card as well. They were in the lower to mid card. No, I don't think he's innocent at all. I don't think he's innocent at all. Like, the evidence is already there. If he's innocent, then I'm the Pope. He ain't innocent. Fernando says, excellent tag match. Does anyone agree or disagree? If you've seen the matches, of course. I didn't dislike it. I didn't hate it. Humberto should go solo, he's amazing. Yeah, there's just one problem. There's just one problem for Humberto Carrillo. He doesn't fit in anywhere on this main roster. No, we're not talking the main event. We're talking the first show of the we're talking about the first match of the show. I mean, I literally did say like the first match of the night was Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza versus Fraxium. I don't mean to be rude, but if you are watching, please make sure you're listening to what I'm saying. About what? Jokes about what? You're not listening? Or is it because you're bored? I mean, you said it on the other show, so it's fine for you to say it now. There's no point hiding it. One critique on this match I will have is the Axiom's dive to the outside of the ring. They got to be careful with that. They got to be really careful. So in other words, Humberto needs to stay with the Mexican luchador universe. I'm not excited by a Humberto Penta feud. Now Santos feud, then fair enough. It's not a bad idea. But just to go and feud with Penta? I don't know. Just every match, lose to AJ. Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton. Oh dear. Dear oh dear. Tiffany Stratton literally, what a waste. Her segment, again, not great. Her promos aren't believable. And then she gets the worst form of punishment that you could lay your eyes on. It was at this point where I fell asleep last night. So obviously I had to rewatch the latter half this morning. Tiffany Stratton would be interrupted by Jade Cargill. Can I get some sleep emojis in the chat? Because every time Jade Cargill talks, you just want to fall asleep. That woman is dreadful. After this promo concluded, I literally went to sleep. But yeah, give me some sleep emojis in the chat. Because this was a snooze fest. Especially with how false cocky Jade's promo was. On what planet have you got the right to say anything about being the best when you are a walking botch job? Like, seriously. Like, what is there remotely unique that proves that she is one of the best? Because she isn't. She isn't. She's not that good. She's regressed. And even worse, she's now engaging with one of the main champions, and she's being exposed. She's being exposed. And even more so, Tiffany Stratton looked so uncomfortable working with her that she didn't know what to do. Like, it almost looked like everything was stolen from her. Like, the way it worked, it just didn't add up. She was good in that match with Naomi. She had 2 good points, that was it. The jackhammer and the powerbomb, which she was lucky because she could have injured Naomi. Like, she really could have done if she'd misstepped any more than she did. Jade Cargill being that deluded to claim that Tiffany Stratton cannot say she's one of the best because she needs to wrestle Jade first is laughable. Because Jade's not in the best conversation. She never will be. So it's stunted and cheap. But at least we know, following this match, the champion's next feud. So obviously Naomi makes her appearance first. Costs Jade the win. Sorry, costs Tiffany Stratton the win. Helps Jade by attacking her. And then Nia Jax appears. We had it at the start of the year. Now we're getting it again now. What are your thoughts on Jade Cargill? And what are your thoughts on Naomi? But most of all, what are your thoughts on Tiffany Stratton again feuding with Nia Jax? I want to hear you guys. To think I defended her for so long, saying she was good. My God, she's awful. Let's praise someone. Let's praise Jacob Fatu. Because he's finally waking up to how stupid being booked alongside his whole family really is. He is being reduced to secondary by Solo. And he's woke up to it. And his pushback was important. Really important. However they're going to build up what's next for him is really key. But we already know they're still going to potentially muck it up because they've got no control. You've got a segment involving Solo and Jacob, where Solo takes all the credit for Jacob winning the title. Jacob fires back saying no, he was going to win it no matter what happens. LA Knight comes out, says he wants his rematch, he gives credit where credit's due. Out comes Drew McIntyre, who says he now wants the biggest dog who's champion. Talks about Orton stealing his spot, all this, all that. And then we get a number one contenders match for the US title. Is it really worth it? No. Is Jacob versus Drew McIntyre a match I actually wouldn't mind watching? Yes. I wouldn't mind it. Do I want to see LA Knight versus Jacob again? No. Do I want to see Jacob versus Solo? No. They need to split all these weirdo family apart and keep them apart. Unfortunately. Now, LA Knight on the mic in this segment's actually okay. It's just too bad that you can't take him any higher. Like, they can't take him any higher. That's his biggest problem. Look at the thumbnail and have a guess what upsets me. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. You've got a title that people are trying to care about, a champion that was working at will. You've had the same match multiple times over the past couple of months. You have no US women's title match at WrestleMania, where Zelina Vega's title reign, starting off with a Mania win, would have been a lot more appropriate. But you don't even allow this title to be on WrestleMania. And this finish was, again, what's the point? Oh, she is Fernando. It's beyond a joke now. Aleister Black coming back to Pointless. Oh yeah. We'll get to that, don't worry. We'll get to that. So the past two matches, Chelsea Green versus Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega's won by countout and by pinfall, without the secret Hervis being at ringside. So you have her group with her this time. They get ejected, and then Chelsea does an Irish whip, throws her off the middle rope. She comes back in a face down kneeling position, and Zelina hits a code red for the win. Are we just having Chelsea making it so easy now for people to beat her? Is Chelsea being punished for being better than everybody on SmackDown? If you're going to have Zelina win the match, why did Zelina not get the title shot at WrestleMania? Chelsea Green has established a character and a gimmick that was working for her, despite what she can already do. She's already an incredible promo. She's an incredible worker. Her gimmick alone, which is genius, a Canadian saying pledge your allegiance to her as the US Women's Champion, as a Canadian dressing up like an American, is genuinely brilliant. And you have her lose to a white and red wigless midget who hasn't contributed anything to wrestling since Mexican America in 2011. And I like Zelina Vega, but I'm saying this with respect. She's done nothing remotely important to wrestling since 2011. And if anybody says, but Puerto Rico, don't care. She didn't do anything except kick off flip-flops. This was ridiculous. And even worse, if they just hot potato the title back to Chelsea within the next couple of weeks, then you've wasted the title being introduced in the first place. You waste anything that Zelina's even tried to do, even though it's not been great, and you've wasted everything that Chelsea's done that's been great. Do you think the reason why this happened because Black came back and they wanted to make him happy? No, I don't think so. Zelina used to be a tag team champion when she was allowed to wrestle properly, before she ended up as a valet to Andrade. They made a mistake. And Zelina, congratulations to her, but what's the fucking point? They should have had Chelsea win at Mania, as she would have been cheered and then lost to Vega with fire and never ejected would have made more sense. Agreed. But they ruined it. And that title's not even fully established. Zelina's not going to be able to establish that title. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, we've got one segment, and then we've got 2 matches, and then some questions before we wrap up. So, The Miz. You know what, just for that comment, Maria, this is just for you. Shit. She's been bloody effing wasted. Again and again. Bailey's been treated worse. Yes and no. She's been treated worse than most wrestlers. Has she been treated worse than Chelsea? I don't think so. But I agree, she's been up there. Oh yeah, I remember it. I called out saying this is nonsense. WWE just love to be equal and give everything out there. No one, and I say this truthfully, I don't remember ever seeing anyone I know that's a female, that's a wrestling fan, want a Queen of the Ring tournament. I'm not joking. They were like, no, this is just stupid. They were like, the Royal Rumble and the Money in the Bank was enough. We don't want Queen of the Ring. They're like, now you're just taking the piss now. You're just forcing a narrative. I was surprised to hear it, but obviously I agree anyway. But I was surprised to hear it come from their mouths. Because they've done nothing with it anyway. Nothing came from it. Zelina Vega looked so campy in that Queen role. It looked so camp. You couldn't take it seriously. Evolution 2, that's coming. Cool. Are they going to do anything remotely different to the first one? Nah. Will it be good? Hard to say. Stephanie Vaquero is probably going to lose her title at Evolution 2 as well. You're probably going to get the Bellas in a main event. A big battle royal. Nia Jax is probably going to be in that because that's all they can do. Take them more seriously. Catering isn't going to do it. Not catering the food. Catering as in catering to them. Knuckling under. Don't. Carmella had more charisma than Zelina. I suppose but Carmella wasn't that good in the ring though. One thing I'll say, Chelsea doesn't need a belt to be over. No, Chelsea is the most over wrestler they have. As a woman, there's no one more over than her. But she should be one of their top champions. 100%. She should be women's champion, not Tiffany Stratton. She doesn't need to go under the knife to fulfill her career. She's got everything in abundance that Tiffany Stratton doesn't have. And that's a fact. Anyway, Miz comes out, says he's been a focal point of WrestleMania since 2007. That was funny. Says it was annoying that he wasn't on the show. He talks about nobody respects him. Again, I don't know how many times I've heard the Miz over the years say he's never been respected. He talks about Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton not going to him for help. He's sick of seeing people get opportunities when he isn't. Multi-time world champion. 8-time Intercontinental Champion, multi-time Tag Champ, multi-time US Champ, Money in the Bank winner twice in different ways. 20-year longevity in the company. You've had opportunities. Now, he does have a point, he does have a spot on the card, but what was there for him this year? What was there for him? I don't think there was anything. Now, as he's insulting people and insulting the crowd, the lights go black. pardon the pun, eerie metal music in the background, candles everywhere. From the lower reaches of his life, like a vampire, up comes Aleister Black, makes his way to the ring. He gets a welcome back chant, obviously, and does what he did to Cody Rhodes when he debuted in AEW. He didn't say a word, but he hits a badly timed black mass on The Miz. The Miz gets it wrong, so therefore he couldn't connect all the way with the kick, and knocks him out cold. This was wrong. This is wrong because this is the wrong opponent for him. He should have had the chance to just knock Cody Rhodes out on TV and write him off. But no. Whether it be next week or whether it be a Backlash, this isn't going to last long, but Black is going to win. Now, the all-white gear contrast to Black's all-black gear, I'll say was cool. No makeup around his eye. That's another good point. There's none of that. Except Nick Nemeth is better. But yes. Before we get to the semi-main match before the main event, I swear. There's a backstage segment. Bianca Belair confirms she's injured. Cool. And before the show went commercial free, Drew McIntyre's entrance is actually in picture-in-picture. Yeah, there usually is, but it's at least you're back, fella. So, LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. The winner will be number one contender for the US title. What did you guys think of this one? Because this was another interference match. I was expecting Damian Priest to show up anyway, because also Drew McIntyre can't keep his mouth shut, but still. What did you think of it? Yep, pointless in the sense. It wasn't particularly a good match for either of them. Drew versus Fatu is going to be good, except it's not even going to be Drew now because they're not even going to give it to him. It's going to be another multi-man match. It's going to be Fatu versus McIntyre versus LA Knight versus Damian Priest. what can you realistically do to make this good? Are you going to have Jacob Fatu moonsault all three of them to win the match? I don't know about this. You know what I mean? Like, I actually don't know. What do you think of Shayna? Do you think she's being mistreated at the moment? Shayna Baszler made the big mistake of going with Zoe Stark. She sealed her own damn fate. And I'm a Shayna Baszler fan, so that's me saying the truth. Now, obviously the match does end with interference. Solo Sikoa and Damian Priest all get involved. It then leads to a choke slam through the announce table. Then obviously you've got Moonsault Fest from Jacob Fatu. He stands tall, hence why he's in the thumbnail, rightly so. He's a much more excitable champion than John Cena. What did they do? I heard of the Jade thing. It's not a sense of what did they do. It's that she's just being ruined. It's not getting her anywhere. She hasn't delivered since that springboard drop kick. Because it's not American. Remember, Jim Cornette is a deeply racist human being. And before this goes to him and he has a go at me or whatever, he knows it's true. Jim Cornette is just an absolute bloody idiot. Probably because all those Mexican wrestlers and those masked wrestlers are so much better than him and more entertaining than him. Oh yeah, he does. He's one of them. Him, Eric Bischoff, Vince Russo, even though he follows me on Twitter. They were all this for many years. Like, they're all horrific, you know? And they never learn. Oh, they all are. They can't help themselves. Also, why does WWE have the need to have multiple DQ or interference finishes on this show? It really is stupid. People are saying this is one of the best Smackdowns for a long time. If it's meant to be one of the best of a long time, why do you keep doing DQ or interference finishes? Oh yeah. Mr. Fuji is the fourth greatest manager of all time, in my opinion. A lot of lucha stars were pushed, it's just they don't like it. Yeah, I would agree with that. Okay, now for the big question. what did we all think of TLC? Okay. TLC was a good match, okay. Best SmackDown match in 10 years. Is it? You would say this is better than the Gauntlet match before the Elimination Chamber in 2019? Or is better than Styles versus Danielson? Or Daniel Bryan as he was then? You think this match is better than those two? That for me is the bar for SmackDown matches in the last 10 years. It's been a long time since they've done this. They haven't done a TLC tag team title match in 5 years. Which says a lot. Definitely a match of the year candidate. I remember many things, and trust me, this is not something I want to remember. Some things I choose to forget, and this was one of them. Ciampa with a clean shave, well, near enough clean shave because he's got a bit of beard still there. Ciampa without the big ass beard looks like a serial killer. Johnny Gargano, not a bad performance, but he's also established that he will never make it on his own. Again, he will never be a good singles wrestler. The Machine Guns got through pretty much unscathed. Lucky not to get 2 injuries on Alex Shelley, his knee and his arm. Montez Ford was the highlight of the match. Dawkins, relatively good performance from him. Relatively good performance. But this also shows that WWE need to stop taking the mick when it comes to their tag team title scene. Because if you can really give these three a match with no commercial breaks, you give them all the time in the world, why do you not do that for anything else? When it really matters, why do they not try? Double G, Gargano and Gable, could that work as a tag team? Yeah, because I honestly think Ciampa is too big of a wrestler for Gargano. And I mean too big as in He's a bigger star than him, and he's a better wrestler. And he's a better promo than Gargano. Whereas Gargano and Gable, similar level. What was wrong with the match? It was just not good enough. All round, nobody stood out. It didn't click. It didn't feel right. This one actually did feel really well. I thought some of the spots were good, but I have an issue. I like ladder matches or ladder based match types. I have issues with certain things they do. I don't like when you've got a spot and then you've just got talent standing there watching. Like, take the Dawkins spear on Ciampa through through the setup table. They just stand there. After this, Motorcycle Machine Guns just stand there going, no, get the ladder, get up there and take the belts. How hard is that? That's the problem with wrestling nowadays, people watching for long periods of time. It should be about instincts. Like, I get it, you've got a lot of time for the match, but you can, in that period of time, fulfill the next step of the match instead of standing there just watching. Like, just carry on. Other talent are in the match. Go and just work for it. It's not great. It could have been better. That part. A unique way to win, though. First of all, the blockbusters, the splashes through the tables, we got all of that. But the way that Montez Ford recovered to climb the side of the ladder to take the titles, that was very impressive. That was very impressive. If the Machine Guns wouldn't have won this match, I would have said keep the belts on Profits anyway. And I'm actually kind of glad it was one of those two. They found a way to make it work. And it was nice to see. Here's the biggest problem with this match, though. This match was on the wrong show. This would have been a better match at WrestleMania than half the matches you got on nights 1 and 2 combined. Which is wild. But you're dealt your hands. You got to play it. They played their best chips in this match and it worked. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate this. Thank you so much. It should have been on WrestleMania, but hey, we're not booking them, so go figure. If I was booking, it would have been at Mania. And I would have changed that entire card. Oh yeah, they'll be taking it, yeah. I think so. I don't think there's any other way back now. I don't think there's anything that you can do to add him in. It seems like it's finished. They're not coming back from Rock. It's backfired badly. I don't think you can really make it work. I think that's a very good way to describe it. I agree. I don't disagree with you at all. Guys, give our newest chat welcome to the channel. NXT Tag Team Triple Threat FTR versus DIY versus Offers of Payment is probably the best tag match in WWE I've watched in a long time. I haven't watched that in a long time. Does it excite you though, or does it just make you worry? That's what I want to know. Does it excite you or does it worry you? That's it. Welcome in you. Welcome them all in. Bit of both. Fair. I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the honesty. So, what do I think of? Alright, that's a good way to narrow it. That's fair. So, from what we think about SmackDown, is this a reset or a continuation of a poor WrestleMania? Bar the TLC match, it's a continuation. The TLC match is a reset, because the TLC match at least resets your tag division, even by maintaining the same champion. But the bigger thing is, can they capitalise on where they were weakest and change that for the better? That's what next week's shows are going to have to answer. Raw and SmackDown. They have to answer that question. We're going to find out. But before we do wrap up tonight, obviously you guys know the score. But hold on, we'll make it efficient. There we go. You guys know the score. No, I did not. Thanks for reminding me, Abdul. I completely forgot. Right, let's see. Let me put all the matches that had the wrong results first, and then I'll bring them up on screen. I had a howler on night one, to be honest. Two seconds, guys. I'm just highlighting who had what predictions and I'm just marking them accordingly. So I'm just putting that up. So 1 second, guys. Yep. Who do you think is the best black music star? I've got no idea. Remind me, who won again? Was it Damien Priest or Drew McIntyre? It was McIntyre, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so we've got 10 minutes 38 seconds. So here is the whole thing. So yeah, some of these seem to be picking up from where Triple H wanted to go with them last year until The Rock came back. He just needs to actually do more and actually improve it, but if he doesn't, he won't get there. So night one, the winner of night one's predictions let's see, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Billy and William drew on night one, and night two, again, I didn't really care about the predictions this time because they could have done a whole lot better shows. I will next time. Keen only done well on night two because he copied Abul. He copied Abul. That's why he won night two. So, sadly, Abul's kindness lost him everything. What do you think was the worst Mania match ever? Top 10. doing it as a banner. Hold on. Since you've asked. So Cena versus Rhodes, Jimmy versus Jay, Bam Bam Bigelow's WrestleMania event, Taker versus Sid, Lesnar versus Goldberg, Lesnar versus Goldberg, Big Show versus Akebono, Brawl for All final, Sami Zayn's Jackass match, Strowman versus Goldberg, and Strowman and the Kid versus the Bar. They're all crap. They're the worst Mania matches I've ever watched. That means nothing now, so I can delete that now. I told you it was the worst I've ever seen. In fact, hold on, there's one other match I need to put in there. Unequivocally, the worst. I stand by it. I'll remove one of the Lesnar versus Goldbergs just to shorten the list down to put Yokozuna and Hulk Hogan right at number 2. Cena versus Rhodes is still the worst main event. I'm not even going to bother bringing up Roman versus Triple H because quite frankly I'll end up falling asleep talking about it. That was a horrible match as well. Horrible. There's so many crap matches at WrestleMania. That is one of them. Big Show is in 8 of the worst WrestleMania matches. No surprise, because he's shite. Oh, that thing is just pure disgusting. I could probably go through all the worst matches of each WrestleMania event, but that'll take me a while. I could do that as a fun video. Could do that as a fun video. Which one match I think was the worst of each WrestleMania, from WrestleMania to WrestleMania 41. Could do that, but not tonight. But I think with that, it's been a fun show. We've got 2 new subscribers, thank you very much. I think with that, yeah, it probably would be fun. But what we're going to do, worst one and best one. I'll pick a best match from each WrestleMania, worst match from each WrestleMania. We'll do that as a show. But in the meantime, I'm going to leave that there. And I'm going to say thank you one and all for tuning in. I'm going to get out of here for the second time tonight. and I'll see you again tomorrow. Enjoy Collision if you're watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you again tomorrow, guys. Thank you.